Good morning, students. Today I am going to start your lesson, that is the changing face of the Indian democracy. In this chapter 4, we are going to start the lesson according to your ISC syllabus, that is Return of the Congress to Power 1979 to 1986, in which we will discuss the center state relations with the Janta government, which was very weak since its inception. Socialist and the secular Janta politician did not like Vajpayee, Advani, and other leaders who came from the former Bharatiya Janata Janasangh because of the Hindu nationalist agenda of the RSS. Thus, the Vajpayee and Advani, as well as the other members of the former BHS, resigned, and during this time only Morarji Desai also resigned from the government and retired from the active politics. Due to the health ground, JP also remained aloof from politics, and his ultimate death in 1979 deprived the Janata Party of its more popular leader. President Reddy now appointed Charan Singh as the Prime Minister of the minority government on the strength of 64 MPs. A number of Janata MPs now refused to support this minority ministry. After only 3 weeks in the office, Charan Singh resigned with no other political party in position to establish a majority. President Reddy dissolved parliament and called fresh elections in January 1980. The remaining Janata Party leaders tried unsuccessfully to rebuild the party but failed. Indira Gandhi and the Congress I party came back to power with a strong majority, and thus, in the meantime, Indira Gandhi apologized for the mistakes which were made by her during the emergency period, and thus in 1984 she was assassinated, and Rajiv Gandhi was given the position of the Prime Minister next. In Punjab, a movement by the time had started, known as the Khalistan movement, which wanted to create a separate Sikh country. The movement reached its zenith in 1970s and 1980s. The Akali Dal led a series of peaceful mass demonstrations to present its grievances to the central government. The demands of Akali Dal were based on Anandpur Sahib resolution, which adopted certain resolution for their objectives to fulfill, and those were the transfer of the federally administered city of Chandigarh, in which the transfer of Punjab speaking and contiguous areas of Haryana and Punjab was followed. Decentralization of the state under the existing constituencies were done, limiting the central government's role also. Even the call for land reforms and industrialization of Punjab, along with safeguarding the rights of weaker sections of populations, were done. The enactment of the All India Gurudwara Sabha was also forwarded in these resolutions. So, resolutions were kept in the mind that it should be for the positivity of the people and for the benefits of the people residing in the Sikh areas or the Punjab areas. So, protection of minorities residing outside Punjab but within India, and reservation of government's recruitment quota, restricting the number of Sikh in the armed forces. The resolutions thus demanded that after the formation of the compact state with adjoining Sikh majority territories, and the Union shall have jurisdictions over the state. Only with respect to 5 subjects, namely defense, external affairs, posts and telegraphs, currency and railway, practically the whole of Union list and a good number of items of concurrent list were thus ousted from the control of the central government. Thus, it was to remember that Akalis do not constitute the entire Sikh population of Punjab, and the other Sikh do not support the Akali demand. The Akalis failed to win over the support of the Sikh President and of India and Sikh Chief Minister of the state of Punjab to their side. Thus, the Operation of Blue Star. What was the Operation Blue Star? In Operation Blue Star, it was some of the members of the Khalistan returned to the military, resulting in the counter militancy, in which Operation Blue Star, and all short questions comes on this. What was Operation Blue Star? What was Rajiv Long Oval Accord? And in this long type of questions, what was Anand Pur Sahib resolution? 6 marks. These all type of questions across comes. So in 1980, some of the members of Khalistan turned to militancy, resulting in counter-militancy operations by the Indian security services. In one such operation, Operation Blue Star, in June 1984 was followed. Indian forces entered the Holy Golden Temple to overpower the militants who took shelter there. The operation led to the loss of the lives on both the sides. The Sikh started widespread criticism on the Indian government. In the meantime, Prime Minister Indira Gandhi was assassinated, following which the large-scale disturbances started. A number of Sikhs were killed. So, we will now continue with Rajiv Long Oval Accord. Subsequent to the preceding events in July 1985, after the accession of Rajiv Gandhi as the Prime Minister, a momentous event took place, an agreement called the Punjab Accord or Rajiv Long Oval Accord was entered into between the Prime Minister of India and Sant Long Oval, though then the President of the Akali Dal. It was then decided that Anandpur Sahib resolution would be referred to as the Sarkaria Commission, and a government will now take the orders. It was also decided that some Hindi-speaking areas of Punjab would be transferred to Haryana in lieu of Chandigarh, which would come over to Punjab from Haryana. The accord recognized the religious, territorial, and economic demands of Sikh that were thought to be non-negotiable under Indira Gandhi's tenure. The Punjab Accord, however, failed to make any settlement of the Punjab problem for a number of reasons. The Punjab Authority failed to submit state government's case of the Sarkaria Commission. The commission appointed to find out Hindi-speaking areas of Punjab which were being given to over Haryana in lieu of Chandigarh failed to complete the work due to repeated objections of various sorts being raised by Punjab government, and the Man group, that is elected to the parliament in November 1980, raised the new demands in every day and thus differed by amicable settlements. Means that this group actually, which was elected to the parliament in November 1980, raised their new demands, which was very much different from the demands which previously were put forward by the authorities. Hence, to the central government. Hence, the election was held in Punjab in 1992, as a result of which Congress formed the government, and it seems that the result was unabated police actions in Punjab and Khalistani terrorist groups had left Punjab but dispersed throughout India. Thus, in this way, we will now have completed this one part. But this part is giving you certain question which you have to practice. I am giving you in the worksheet today. That is, where was started the Khalistan movement? What was the object of this movement? Which party adopted Anandpur resolution? And in which year? What is the Operation Blue Star? And what was Rajiv Long Oval Accord? So these are the certain questions which you are going to practice in your worksheet. Next, we will continue with the topic in this lesson, that is demand for the autonomy in the northeast region. The northeast people from a long time after the Britishers also, during the Britishers time also, they were serving the Britishers, and they were also facing a lot of troubles under the Britishers to get their support, to get their power, to get their independence. The term autonomy is derived from the Greek word auto and nomo, meaning law or rule. Thus, autonomy means to make one's own laws or self-rule. In international law, autonomy denotes parts of states' territory which are authorized to govern themselves in certain matters by enacting certain laws and statutes. Movements for autonomy have marked the political discourse in the Northeast India, underline it, while some had resolutely expressed the need of more autonomy. Keep pencils in hand and start underlining the topics which I am telling you to do. Thus, the main purpose of this autonomy movement is not only to bring change in the existing system, but also to augment legitimate expressions of aspirations by people having a distinct culture. Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Tripura, and Sikkim Northeast consist of these 8 states. Throughout the British colonial period, the Northeast was treated separately from other regions of British India. This separation isolation policy from the rest of India created problems after independence of India. In the Northeast, a sense of incompatibility thus created resentment to be a part of independent India. Thus, slowly anti-Indian sentiment developed amongst the people of the region. After the India-China border conflict in 1962, the Northeast became a strategic region and regards the national security of India. Any indigenous ethnic group was considered as the anti-national and became a security problem. As a result, the movement had to be suppressed. Suppression naturally invited resistance, and resistance was countered with more oppressive measures from the authority. Hence, after this naturally created antipathy, and thus the people provided the ground for the work of the armed confrontation. That means people started to fight the people from the Northeast region to fight for the authority, to fight for the supreme power, and to fight for the independence, to get a separate